Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. God bless you. My name is Pastor Yemi Omogboyega, your good friend. Thanks for visiting my channel. Kindly stay tuned with us always. Um, it's the cool of the day here, so the background may not be very bright. Never mind. Now, I want to talk on the topic what are the religious wars on social media all about? Or can we put it this way? Why are religious leaders at war over the social media? During the Congress 2024 by RCCG, one guest speaker, that is Steve, I can't remember the Ratan something, one elderly man, posed a question which caught my attention. He said that the social media is full of our G.O.s fighting one another instead of preaching the gospel, and that he considered this an aberration, something that should never have happened, that the social media should have been used as a an avenue to preach the gospel and to unitedly do so by everybody who call themselves religious leaders. However, that's a very, very thought provoking message. Very, very good indeed. I was so moved. But as he asked that question as to why, no, he didn't ask the question as to why. He just said, okay, he just said, it is not good that the social media be used as an instrument for quarreling by our G.O.s. But then the question now came from my mind. Before we can answer his question, we must really find out what are they fighting for? What are our G.O.s fighting over? In the first place, you will see that everybody is protecting his own territory. And I'll give you a good example. Previously, Congresses, Shiloh's annual retreats, that is December retreats by our churches, were staggered. That is, when RCCG is finishing its her own, Shiloh will take off the following week. Then others, I mean, they put it at different times. But the challenges that are going on in the religious circles today has made these churches to realize that everybody must protect their territory because it is a market and it is driven by market forces. Note this. These are hard times in Nigeria. Nobody wants to lose out. Therefore, everybody now put their programs almost on the same date so that everybody will be able to grab what they could grab from the members, because if they allow the first one to finish and the second one takes over, what will happen is that that one will have less market, probably, because people don't have the money to spare even for transportation. Forget about what will be given to them, even for transportation to travel around. And then so on and so on like that. So because of that, people have to stage their programs at the same time so that they get whatever they want to get at the same time. Otherwise, preaching the word of God can be, preaching it free can be done staggerly as they were doing it before. That is point one. Number two, our leaders are quarreling on doctrinal issues. People have come to realize, some leaders inclusive, that many of the teachings of some um, sects or of some groups within the religious circle, especially the Christian circle, the people have started resenting them, you know, and because people have started resenting them, uh, there are divergent opinions, and these opinions contradict themselves. So people have to speak out. For instance, those who were, everybody was for tithing before, but today the house has divided. The center is no longer holding. There are now groups that really got the message that tithing, first fruit, they are not part and parcel of what is should be the norm today. But those who were on the other side believe that they must continue the way they were going on before. Therefore, many a time you could see that this is what has drawn the Beldamina, that it frees everybody against uh, their contemporaries, such that everybody is defending a standpoint of view. Number three, you will see that today the social media war. If you pick somebody like Auntie Adunia, Awikoko, that defrays people like us, and Funke Ashekun, Maureen Badejo, um, name them, who are coming out to speak, against the injustice that are going on in the Church of God. You know, you know, people now have to work frantically to retain their membership, to retain their membership, even if they are unable to win more, though some are still attempting to win more, but to even retain the ones inside is a problem. So people are working hard. So nobody can wait for another person to clear the market before they get there. So then, um, but to me, the most prominent of all these fights, okay, another one, social media is exposing the evils of our religious leaders. There are a lot of them that are being reported all the way from Nigeria, all the way from even the UK, the latest one that is trending now, the um, Toby Adegboyega's case that is trending now. You know, people are now revolting against the various injustice that is going on in the Church of God. Therefore, it is making it difficult, making evangelism more difficult now for them to do. Therefore, they have to keep the tempo so that life will go on for them. We know that no matter how much you try, I know that in 10 years' time, the religious circle will not be the same again. People will know the truth and people will follow the truth. Though I believe that, the church is not going to die at all, but people will redefine their faith, they will redefine their beliefs, and they will read the Bible the more, and people will understand the Bible the more and defy or refuse to carry out the doctrines that they know are inimical to their destiny, and at the same time that are dangerous for their lives, or that are outrightly false, and especially the doctrine about all this financial thing. So They know that one. So now, what is the solution? Like I always say, it's not a matter about criticism. Okay, people have done their congresses and have gone now. What we are saying is, after the congresses, for the membership, what did they take home? Did they just receive the miracles like the one that guy received in the book of John, chapter, I think it's chapter 3 now or chapter 5, I can't remember, where that person, the blind man, was healed on a Sabbath, and it became a controversy to the point eventually that they threw the man out. But the following day, the man that was thrown out met with Christ again. And after that, Christ now ministered the kingdom to him, and he accepted and became a believer. So he enjoyed two things. He enjoyed physical healing miracle. He enjoyed spiritual salvation. So his soul was assured. So he went home with a good, complete package. What did our people take home on the part of the followers? Now, again, our people, in spite of all the messages that they had, are they going to remain the same in the way they contribute to the church of God in terms of being forced to? Are they going to give outside what God has allowed? Would they succumb to the pressures that churches are giving them to bring in money at all costs, whether it is godly or not? So these are the questions that everybody will answer. But in the case of the leaders, I think what the leadership ought to do is they need to redefine. Thank God now, people like that the G.O. never asked for who can give me 1 million, who can give me 10 million anymore. And if you check across board, nobody is doing that publicly now. They can do it in their privacy. But it became an embarrassing situation previously. Now, no, now that even the administrations are being modified, you know, the burden that concentrated upon finances instead of the kingdom is going away. So then, if only people can stop collecting tithes, first fruits, and stop lying about them that they bring blessing, or that if the people don't do it, they won't be blessed, or they will take with tithe for them, and so there will be no need for quarreling. Honestly speaking, they won't. If again our churches should stop, our leaders should stop uh, living a flamboyant life, like those of them, who will boasting, we will do this, we built this, we do that. People are, eh, that's not helping people, because they begin to wonder. You are collecting money from them, and you are telling them to go and wait for God to give them their own, and they come by, you collect, they collect, you collect, and you have such regular sources of money from these people, and from government area, or from corrupt leaders, and so on. And you make people look stupid, as if all their labor. And in the ministration session, you prophesy so many things to their life that by December, none of them has come to pass. Apart from some of the ones that you faked, the leaders fake. If they stop faking miracles, you know, things will, people will stop quarreling. I mean, the crutches and everything they were using to fake miracles now, I mean, people have discovered them. You will see that, people are quarreling over these things, and they themselves, the leaders themselves, are quarreling against themselves, quarreling with one another, because this one will be running. If you run a ministry, you know what it means. It's not easy to grow a ministry, but again, and you don't need to add falsehood to it. And once you add falsehood to do, if our churches, our leaders stop adding falsehood eh, to attract people into the church of God, the quarrel will not be there. So I just said to mention this, and it's just an inspiration. And because that man raised a fundamental question, then if people avoid all these and many more, I think that if the church of God begins to give, according to 2 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 1 to the end, and then James 1:27, that talks about remembering the widows, doing charity, I think there will be no need for quarrel, either from membership, or from the public, or from among themselves. So let me stop here. God bless you. It's just my little contribution. Have a very wonderful time. I remain your friend, Pastor Yemi Omogoyega. Please remember to share, remember to subscribe, remember to, at the same time, um, pass your comments and press the notification button so that you get blessed. Like our videos. Very, very important. I want to seize this opportunity to appreciate every one of you who have woken up these days to subscribe massively to our channel. Please continue to do so. God bless you. Bye for now.